For the second time in as many days, shots fired from one car into another. Coming up, hear from city police about the condition of the victims and if any suspects are in custody. As Cardinal fans get ready for the home opener, we have a live report about changes to city streets and parking if you're planning to head downtown tomorrow for the game. And the pension crisis in Illinois facing a new battlefield tonight. Local officials speaking out against the state. What these leaders are concerned about coming up.
Live from KMOV, this is News 4.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Noble. Shots fired from one car into another. A woman is dead and two men are injured. This shooting happened just before 12:30 this afternoon in North City on Jefferson near North Market. Police tell News 4 the victim's car was traveling northbound on Jefferson. A second car, a silver Chevy Malibu, pulled up next to them and opened fire.
Presently, they're at the hospital being treated. At this time, we haven't gotten a diagnosis back from the hospital. But again, when everyone left the scene, they were still talking and giving us information.
Homicide detectives are now investigating the incident. So far, there are no leads and no arrests in this case. Depend on News 4 and KMOV.com for updates. Well, News 4 continues to follow up on yesterday's roll-by shooting and crash also in North St. Louis. Suspects from one car fired at another car near Lillian and Goodfellow. Everyone involved in the incident fled the scene. Tonight, no arrests in this shooting as well. Well, tomorrow is the day Cards fans have been waiting for all winter for the home opener. And St. Louis police want fans to know some things before heading downtown. News 4's Matt Cesny has information from police. Expensive than some parking garages. Some Cardinal fans going through great lengths to secure a last-minute ticket for tomorrow. Some have been camped out since Thursday, waiting for some extremely discounted opening day tickets. It's a part of the First Pitch program. The first 275 fans at the 8th Street ticket window can get 2 game day.
Actually, it's 2 tickets for $11.20, but you don't know where it is.
Ticket sales start at 9 a.m. for all regular season home games until they're all sold. We want to remind you that you're invited to a Cards pregame pep rally. KMOV is hosting the Baseball St. Louis Play Ball Rally, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. tomorrow. It's right outside the ballpark in the Tums parking lot. That's at the corner of Broadway and Spruce. The rally will kick off with a live broadcast of Great Day St. Louis. There will also be live music, a free t-shirt, and a photo booth, and more. You might want to pack an umbrella tomorrow because forewarned meteorologist Kristen Cornett tracking a good chance of rain. You're looking at video from last November's deadly tornado that hit the city of Washington, Illinois. Today, the mayor announcing the $45 million in state relief is not enough to pay for those damages. The mayor hopes the city can come close to paying its bills, but is worried for local schools, parks, and libraries. More than 1,000 homes damaged and destroyed when a tornado tore through the town with winds as strong as 190 miles an hour. Well, the ongoing pension crisis in Illinois is causing mayors across the state to speak up. They say state officials need to figure out what to do about local police and fire departments' pension funds. Local officials say the increase in pension costs is forcing them to eliminate important service and staff positions, which is a burden to their communities. This newest effort comes after state lawmakers dealt with their own pension problem last year. Right now, cities must pay more into these pension funds or lose state funding in 2 years. Interstate 64 has been closed this weekend in 2 spots in Chesterfield, but MoDOT just told us it's all back open. The complete closures of I-64 were at Chesterfield Airport Road and Chesterfield Parkway West, so MoDOT could take down a couple of bridges. Chesterfield Parkway West, though, will stay closed for 4 months while a new, wider bridge is put in. A national museum reopens after months of being closed and millions of dollars in renovations. Find out the importance of this event and what it means to those involved coming up on News 4 at 5:30. And thousands of runners descend on downtown St. Louis today, and News 4 cameras there to capture the scene. Hear from a supporter coming up next.
You're watching News 4, watching out for you. You're watching News News 4, watching out for you.
It was a big day for runners in St. Louis. 25,000 people packed the streets of downtown for the annual Go St. Louis Marathon. It's all in part of the Marathon and Family Fitness Weekend. Some fans say they have just as much fun as the runners.
It is so fun. It's really encouraging and you really get in the spirit of the whole event. It's very fun.
Today's event included the full marathon, the half marathon, and the marathon relay. This was the 14th year for the event. A young philanthropist is thanking everyone who helped him raise donations for the homeless. Sam Klein is the 13-year-old founder of Recycle Charity Group. Yesterday, he collected food and other essentials for Peter and Paul Community Services. Sam tells News 4 he raised $600 in cash and 2 van loads of donated items. Developing tonight in the search for the missing Malaysian Airlines plane, the head of the national search effort says electronic pulses reportedly picked up by a Chinese ship are an encouraging sign. He stresses they are not yet verified, but at this point, the Chinese say they've picked up on 2 pings that are consistent with data recorder signal. 2 naval ships with high-tech equipment are headed to the area where the signals were reported. They will try to confirm or rule out whether the pings are from the missing plane's flight recorders.
Obviously, we take any reported leads in the search very seriously.
An Australian ship
Royal Australian Air Force assets will deploy to assist in further examining the acoustics.
An Australian ship is also investigating another pinging sound. Search officials say the frequency of the signal is consistent with the black box, but at this point, there is no conclusive evidence linking the sounds to the missing plane. U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel is in Tokyo, Japan for talks on the threat posed by North Korea. Hagel met with Japanese diplomats to discuss recent actions by the North Koreans, including missile launches and live fire exercises. He says the United States is planning to send 2 additional missile defense ships to Japan within the next 3 years. Well, National Museum reopens after months of being closed and millions of dollars in renovations. Coming up next, find out the importance of this reopening event and what it means to those involved.
You're watching News 4, watching out for you.
Welcome back. Well, the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis is open once again. The museum was closed for several months for a $28 million renovation project. Elise Preston takes us to the grand reopening.
The crowd was big, but the message that brought them to the National Civil Rights Museum Saturday was even bigger.
Freedom. Freedom. What does freedom mean?